Welcome, my name is Marcelo, but you can call me Malo. This is my weekly vlog. It's gonna be a bit of a recap. I'm gonna make sure that I provide behind the scenes footage of whatever the day was about, a particular edit, my process, and a place for me to react and provide more depth for all of the vertical format daily videos that I post throughout the week. So you can expect one of these long form per week. And if you'd like to see more, if you have any suggestions, anything like that, drop a comment below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Without squirrel ado, let's get straight into this week's first 7 daily vlogs. I've been posting one photo a day for the past 635 days. And for the next 365 days, I'm gonna kick it up a notch. I'll be posting one new video every day to show my process. So come join me on this journey to 1,000 consecutive days of posting a photo.
Check this out. There's this little national forest pull-off right off the highway, the main road leading in from the west.
So this is right outside of Capitol Reef National Park. I pretty much had this place to myself. This is the place I had the vision, I had the thought, I had the idea to start this. So we're gonna do some cooking, build some campfires, and take the shot. Now this is one of my favorite dishes and my go-to when car camping. It's diced sweet potatoes with some onion, garlic, cinnamon, and cracked pepper for the seasoning, salt to taste, topped with some fresh green onions. And then I usually steam the broccoli, but in this case I did saute it. Absolutely delicious. And then chilling by the campfire. You just can't beat it, especially when it's 12 degrees out.
Nice.
Right at that nice is when I saw the sun poking out, so I had to grab my camera. Took a few photographs. Here's the shot. Here's what I selected for today's daily photo. Shot on a Sony a7R III with a Sigma 70-200 2.8 lens. All right, day one recap. You know, I love it. The warp speed of me combining all first 635 photos in a matter of seconds, that's something that was on my mind. I had to figure out how to do it through YouTube, through asking friends. Shout out to Scotty and Ravi for pointing me in the right direction on that one. There's already watching this, you know, I'm being critical of myself, but you know, when I first started this daily vlog project, it was about being consistent, about repetition and not perfection. I know that if I strive for perfection, I would not be able to maintain this daily, you know, one video a day posting. So, you know, kind of going back through it, it's, what's funny about this day one is the story developed through the footage. My very first revision was so slow, it lost your attention after the intro. Yeah, you know, as far as what I would change, nothing, because it was a great first video in my opinion. Now I know I'll look back at this video in a couple of weeks or a couple of months and have more specifics for myself and for you, but let's move on to day 2. Today's shot almost didn't happen.
Oh, it lied. The sign was a quarter mile to this point. 1.5 miles, huh?
I didn't really want to hike that far, but
fuck it. I think I see it.
Now, in terms of hiking, this route wasn't all that difficult. I just wasn't prepared for it. The views were absolutely amazing on the way up.
Wow.
But as you can hear, my conditioning was in my weak spot. And the views, well, I'll let you decide for yourself. And here's daily photo number 637.
So this was the road going in. This is just a vertical drop off past these rocks. I've rested enough. I'm gonna take another sip of water and we're gonna head down. All right, definitely worth it. Whew. a wrap.
Day 2 recap. I really love the GoPro in the dash facing towards the seats. I love how I can crop both sides, both doors opening off of one long form video. As far as thinking back to what I would change about that video, again, not much, because this is a learning process. I loved putting that one together. I think what I would do is, you know, how I've fine-tuned my process. I'm currently on day 12 as far as editing is concerned. I think we just posted day 3 today. I want to turn the image into the finale. Rather than having a whole bunch of video or clips after the image, I want the image to end each video moving forward, or at least that's the goal. The reason being is I want to be able to hook your attention, keep it throughout the video leading up to that image, and then once you see the image, you swipe away, right? Like, I'm trying to perfect that storytelling process in this short form format. I do have 3 minutes to work with. I haven't yet used the full 3 minutes, but every day, I mean, I'm obsessing over this project to where all the content I watch is all about filmmaking, is all about storytelling, is all about how to improve, how to keep attention. And I want to make sure that throughout this process, I don't make videos just for attention. All the videos you're going to see are videos that I want to make because I recorded the footage of me doing whatever the video is about, right? It's just, I want to become better at telling the story within the video. Right now, you're seeing a very raw approach where I generally just put everything on the timeline and I'll come up with a story along the way. I'll rewatch it 10, 15, 20 times to the point where I fine tune what the story is really going to be about. So, yeah, it's not bad for a second one, to be honest. I think things slow down here on 4, 5, and 6. I try new things, but let's move on to day number 3.
We've all got something that we trapped inside that we try to suffocate, you know, hoping.
Got some great shots of some deer. But first, let me show you how I got there. So this was right after the Cassidy Arc hike, feeling myself, singing along, and I just couldn't help but feel a sense of purpose and accomplishment and clarity that I hadn't felt for the 3 years leading up to this moment. You know, ever since my dog passed away, I'd been lost. There's no easy way to put it. Lost. Lack of purpose. Didn't know what I wanted to do with life. And something as simple as that hike changed that. And it was at this moment I saw some deer. I love photographing wildlife. It's something I want to do more of. Now, today's shot isn't from this particular point of view. I do end up pulling up into the next available parking spot. Got my camera, and I went and made funny noises at the deer trying to get their attention. Here's what we ended up with. Daily photo number 638. This is by far one of my favorite photographs I took in 2024, hands down. I'm gonna make it a point to photograph more wildlife this upcoming year and put myself in a position to capture those. Just got some great shots of some deer. Love it. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
All right, so that day 3, I loved the intro. It was on this video that I'm starting to write down certain rules of thumb or certain things that I want to incorporate within each intro, within each hook. And that's providing clips or previews of something that happens further along in the video at the beginning. That rewind effect, I came up with that on the fly. I thought it would be really cool since this particular image, I didn't have too much footage right before it, right? I didn't take my point of view camera out with me to go shoot, to go photograph the deer. So I had to improvise. And one thing I would definitely change already rewatching this is the moment of me talking about leading up to the, after the hike, what I was feeling. There's a disconnect there between that moment and the moment I find the deer, right? I would find a way to mesh those better, or just, yeah, that's one like disconnect for me watching the video is, wow, you were really emotional and then you got to the deer. There was nothing kind of marinating the two together to have the flow feel more fluent. That's just my initial observation, but it was raw, it was from the heart, and it was the truth of what I was feeling in that moment. There was more B-roll footage of me in the car talking to the camera, but I didn't want to include that on this short form video. There's also me singing to the camera, singing along. I spared you from those vocals. So yeah, that's essentially what I would change already, is, like I said, that transition from speaking from the heart to the shot, or to finding what I was going to photograph on that day. So, but I know as I progress, I'll become better at that. All right. And let this be a lesson. If you want a daily vlog, one of the smartest things you could do that I didn't realize why I was recording all this information. I knew I wanted to make a video out of it. I didn't realize it was going to turn into a daily vlog. Once you have all this raw footage, all it takes is the time to re-watch it, connect it, tell a story through it. It's the power in documenting and not just creating, right? Not just hitting record to create, rather than hitting record to just document whatever it is you're doing that particular day. So I'm going to continue to do that for sure. All right, day 4.
So today's photograph is all about paying attention, but it's not what you think it is. I don't mean paying attention to school or the news. I'm talking about your surroundings, your thoughts, and your feelings. Today's shot wouldn't exist if I didn't notice these mules on the side of the road. But it's more than that. I originally passed them by, and I was so tunnel vision focused on arriving to Bryce Canyon National Park that I didn't want to turn around. But in the midst of that thought, I was reminded of a time where I didn't turn around, and I regret it. And this can be applied to life as well. You don't have to rush to your next destination. If you need to take a few steps back or turn around, do that. Do what feels right. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.
All right, so already I have a lot of critique with this one. I was trying something new. I was trying to give a life lesson in the video, and one of the main reasons I did this one so short is I didn't have enough B-roll footage. I only had the front cam dash on a time lapse. It wasn't even raw video, so I didn't have enough footage of me seeing the deer and things like that, right? I wasn't expecting for this moment to happen. I wasn't expecting, or rather not the deer, these horses. I originally thought they were horses. I think they're mules, so I went with mule for the video in the description. But yeah, it was one of those moments where I couldn't predict, and to record raw video of you on the cam and front facing forward, that requires a lot of SD storage. So I was very mindful on this road trip through the Southwest to record primarily when I got to a place where I thought I would find things, right? Like national parks, I would generally record raw footage both ways the whole time. This particular location, I was in between national parks, right? So, I think maybe the solution here is just record raw footage for the entire road trip and get more SD cards. I think that's the lesson here, because then I would have had more video to tell the story, to show me actually reacting to the horses and turning around. Yeah, this one's really short and sweet. I don't like it as much as the others, but I do like it in the sense of it taught me how to improve, right? So yeah, let's move on to daily vlog number 5.
So today's shot takes place in Bryce Canyon National Park. I originally walked out to take a look at this viewpoint, and I found this bird perched up, begging to be photographed. So what's a photographer to do? Take the shot. I'm really loving the randomness with this shot. Daily photo, number 640. I do love how this one turned out. The detail on that beak is just insane to me. And here, I try communicating, and it worked. He actually moves towards me. It was pretty cool. And that's a wrap. Short and sweet, some behind the scenes footage. Now, I'm not sure about you, but I need to improve my point of view camera skills because I wish this was pointed up just a little bit more, but that's okay. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.
All right, so vlog number 5. When I say take the shot, I think that's when I got a clip to the shot. There was too much dead time after that, as well as the time after that. I don't think it was necessary for me to show me walking back to the car, but it was one of those things on day 5 where I wanted to force it. So let that be a lesson to anybody watching, but primarily myself, is don't force it. Tell the story, show the moments leading up to it, show the shot, and then thank them for the watching and continue on to the next day. I think that is a better formula for my process, to show my process, right? So yeah, definitely room for improvement here. And this was another one of those moments where I was recording a GoPro footage of me driving through the entire park, as well as stopping at every viewpoint. I haven't yet made a video out of that, but this occurred on the way out of Bryce Canyon National Park. And nothing against Bryce Canyon. I felt like it was way too crowded for what it offers. Capitol Reef was one of my favorite national parks. Arches as well, but Capitol Reef was just a hidden gem. And I want to go back and spend more time there hiking all of the locations there, all the trailheads there, because yeah, I think Capitol Reef's being slept on. Anyways, let's move on to day number 6. So I was trying something new with this particular vlog. I wanted to do a silent vlog with just sound effects and music. And I think I nailed it for the first half. But after the photos, after that climax, I showed too much of the route going down. And my GoPro died on this particular hike, so I didn't have footage of me reaching my Jeep. So I think if I were to include the hike back down, do what I did in day number 2, where I went from top to bottom in a matter of 3 frames. And I don't think I showed my Jeep in that one, but I showed the trailhead, the sign, the exit, right? I think capturing that would have made more sense to put that at the end rather than, all this dead time at the end. So that's definitely something I would improve. Will I do a silent vlog again? Yes. And that's me wanting to fine tune and get better at telling stories without saying anything. Without saying anything on the camera audio, without saying anything over voiceover. That's definitely something that interests me and that I want to do more of, but it's not going to be every episode. It's going to be scattered whenever I feel it's necessary for whatever footage I record or whatever day, whatever I come across on a road trip, any ideas that I get, I'll decide when the next silent vlog will be. But let me know what you think about that one in the comments below, because I liked it. I liked at least the first half, like I said, but the second half, I lost myself. Yeah, that's about it for this one. Let's move on to day 7. All right, so for today's video, we're gonna photograph the moon, and we're gonna do it right out of the comfort of my studio. I have this beautiful French door over there. I'm just waiting for the moon to get right above that tree line. I think I got a pretty cool composition. The only reason I didn't go find a location to shoot this tonight is because I noticed it too late, and by the time it would take me to pack everything up and go find a location, would have been too late to catch it coming over the horizon. So crucial part here is swapping the lens. I do have that small rig cage on it since I've been using it as a front-facing camera, mounting the monitor and microphone on it. But didn't feel like taking it off for this shot. A lot of waiting. It's testing different long exposures. This is my patiently waiting sway. Oof. I really love how that looks in itself. That's kind of dope.
And just to give you a glimpse of my editing process, just going through all the photos, I really loved that composition as is. However, as soon as I cropped in, I fell in love with the shot. It's nothing too crazy, but it just caught my eye, and it's what interests me. So that's today's daily photo. Daily photo number 642. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Yeah, so this one's interesting because it is reflective of the whole reason I started this daily vlog, is to show my process. So this literally does that every step of the way. I'm here at my studio. I knew the moon was coming over the horizon soon. I didn't have enough time to go to a location, so I thought, why not make a video out of this right now? So I winged most of that. I would definitely change a few things, like the song. I think it's too slow, especially pairing it with the silent vlog. They had a very similar vibe. I think that's why I was so stuck on that type of kind of beats per minute. Because I did both of those, I believe, in the same day. I edited number 6 early in the day, and then I recorded number 7 at sunset, well, after sunset, right? But this is just reminding me to create more video ideas of showing my process. Let's say I'm going to capture the sunset. Show the process of packing your bag, preparing what lens you're taking. Are you taking a tripod? Go out to scout the location, shoot, or if you know the location, talk about that on the drive over to the location, right? Shoot. or photograph. I need to get in the habit of saying photograph, because when I say I went and shot a deer, right? I went and photographed a deer. Yeah, you don't definitely don't want to say that. So yeah, that's definitely something I would change there, as well as making sure that my GoPro wasn't in a flat, it was in like some flat color mode. So I had to do some unique color grading to it. That's one thing I haven't done much yet in DaVinci Resolve is color grade. That's primarily because I'm not comfortable doing that yet, and I don't need to do it yet. I'm not creating cinematic masterpieces. Now, by the end of this journey, I will be. That's the goal, is to be better at storytelling, better at video creation, and possibly do like a short film out of the whole thing. Who knows? But this daily repetition is what's going to get me there. So yeah, solid first week. Solid first week. I can't wait for you to see tomorrow's, because tomorrow shows you my process thus far. And the reason I've created tomorrow's video is because, or I guess you're going to be seeing that video post today, because this long form posts every Saturday, the day after, you know, the full week. So I do Friday to Friday was day 1 through 7. This long form is going to come on Saturday. So that's going to be my posting frequency and schedule for these long forms. So yeah, if you already watched the video, wait till next week. Let me know in the comments below what you think about it, obviously. But more importantly, wait until next week, because I'm going to show the full length. I had to cut down a lot of parts of that explainer of my process. And I think that, I mean, I'll like the long form. You might think it's a waste of time. I don't know. But yeah, this has been week 1, recapping my daily vlogs. What else do I want to say?
15 minutes later.
Yeah, I realized I didn't include too much behind the scenes. I thought that recording this and reacting to it as I progress through all 7 clips clipped together might be more valuable. I think the behind the scenes footage will be really cool for like a cinematic, you know, daily vlog in the making type of video. So if you'd prefer to see behind the scenes though, let me know, and I'll make sure to make those adjustments for future weekly recaps. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.